Alright, let's do this. Hey everyone, welcome back to another motovlog video. In today's video, I'll be going out to drop off an item for a friend, and then I'll be heading back, and that's it. So I decided to do a short motovlog, but honestly speaking, I've actually already created a motovlog for the week, but when I was reviewing the footage and I wanted to edit the video, uh, the audio quality was not up to my standard. Because for some reason, the the noise generated from my bike and the wind generated from the normal riding was way louder than was way too loud for my standards. So I got really triggered that the audio quality was not that great. So I decided, you know what, since I'm out here, I will just reshoot the motovlog again and give something that's more pleasing to the ear, because I I'm really particular about audio quality, and if I'm watching a video and I can't sit through 30 seconds of the freaking audio, how can I expect my viewers to sit through that? I don't want to like torture people who watch my videos, like to listen to shitty audio. So I decided to just redo the thing. So something cool happened to me today. While I was on the way to get my bike, right, I found a $2 note on the floor. So I was like, Alhamdulillah, there's a key. And yeah, I think today is gonna be a good day. So today, what I want to talk about is my first riding, like the first day I rode on the road. Okay, not necessarily the first day, but what I noticed and what I experienced when I rode on the expressways on the road for the first time. So the first thing that I noticed, right, was that people don't actually use their signals. For example, like people will just swerve in here and out, and I get surprised lah, like, oi, why are you just shooting in and out? So that's one thing I noticed. And normally, like, there are some lanes in which you don't really require to signal lane, like signal a turn or something, because that lane is only meant for one purpose, which is like to turn left or to turn right. In that case, it's fine to not use a signal, but it's good practice lah to still use your signal either ways. One thing that I realized is that when I ride on the road, right, and people never check their blind spot or some shit, and they lane change without having signals, it's just like a surprise, and you just need to know how to react properly. And one thing I should mention is that you shouldn't be afraid to use your horn, because I know from my own experience that sometimes I'm in the right, like when I review footage and I share it with my siblings, like they tell me that I was in the right and I should honk, or some shit like that. Sometimes I'm too afraid to honk because I think to myself, like, they are more experienced riders than me, like drivers than me, so they probably know better, and they probably have a reason why they're doing that. So I feel like I'm not allowed to press the horn because I'm still new to the road, you feel me? So I think for you guys, you should not be afraid to use your horn lah if you just started riding on the road. If you think that you are in the right and you know for a fact that you're in the right, then just use the horn. Don't be afraid. So another thing that I noticed while I was riding on the road, right, is that people don't actually follow the speed limit. Like, I remember when I started riding on the road, right, whenever it comes to speed limit, I always drive 1 kilometer less than the maximum amount. So let's say the speed limit is 90, I'll drive 89. If it's 80, I'll drive 79. You know, that kind of logic. But even when I was driving at the highest allowed limit, I realized that people still zoom past me, and I got confused lah. Like, is that allowed? Can we do that? And from here onwards, whatever I'm saying, because of the law, it's a joke lah. It's a joke. But then I start to realize that it's fine to drive over +5, +10 kilometers per hour than the speed limit. It's totally fine. Like, from what I research online, like I search on Google, like, what is the limit or what is the allowance amount, like what's the allowed amount to go faster than speed limit. They mentioned that you can go +10 and it will be totally fine. The gray area will be +15. That's all, like around +15. And to be honest, you can speed limit. You can even go faster than that if you know the road well and you know that there's no cameras or speed traps in the area. Because of that, right? Because of that research I did, I just decided to just like go over the speed limit. And after I did it the first time, I'm like, I didn't get caught. Okay, then I just started driving over speed limit over and over again. But the thing is, I don't drive over too much lah. I'll go 99 or 100 and that's it. I rarely go 110 or 105. Because, you know, safety lah, safety is number one priority. So another thing that you might face, right, is that like when you just start out riding on the road, you might get very, how to say, stressed because of the different riders or different drivers around you. Ooh, CB190. Honestly speaking, right, you shouldn't be afraid of what people think of you. Because honestly speaking, right, nobody gives a shit about you. Like, don't take that out of context, but when you're on the road, nobody actually gives a shit. You know, like when you're stopping behind a traffic light, for example, and you see a car behind you, you might think like, oh no, this car is judging me. Oh no, I am doing something wrong. You know, like don't get me wrong, cars look damn intimidating if you look from your side mirrors. But honestly speaking, right, they actually don't give a freaking damn about you. So really, just focus on yourself, and as long as you know that you're riding safe, then you are good to go lah. If someone honks at you, but you think that you are not doing anything wrong, and you can attest and make sure that okay, you're not doing anything wrong, then just drive in your speed. Just drive as safe as you can. Like even if you're driving at the speed limit and people honk at you for driving too slow or some shit, don't be too, like, how to say, scared to the point where you like do something stupid, because it has happened to me before, and you know, I don't want that to happen. You know, I keep getting stressed out, like, oh my god, I'm driving too slow, and the person behind me is like tailgating me, and I'm like, oh, I need to speed up, and because of that, you know, accidents or some shit like that lah. I mean, like, I never got an accident because of that, but it can happen to you lah. So don't, just be as safe as you can. Now, if you're a P-plater, right, you shouldn't worry too much, because people will generally be more patient than you. Like, I know that there was an instructor that told me, like in BBDC, that even though he has been like driving his car for like a damn long time, he still puts a P-plate sign, because people will generally be more patient with him and give way to him. But let me just say, don't exploit it lah. Don't expect that, oh, because you're a P-plater means they should always give way to you though. Just don't exploit it, you know. Be as safe as you can. So another thing I like to mention, right, is that when you're riding on the road as a motorcyclist, like, you should always stay on the right or left of the lane, because the white paint in the middle is very slippery. So especially in wet conditions, that's just a no go. That's why they recommend you to not lane split when you're driving on the wet conditions, because the white lines are already slippery and the water will just make it worse. And speaking of lane splitting, right, let's talk about when you should and when you shouldn't lane split. But yeah, if you're about to lane split, there's one thing you need to keep in mind, and that is confidence. Like, if you're about to lane split and for one moment, just for 1 second, you doubt yourself or you hesitate, my advice to you is just don't go with it. Don't go through with that lane split movement. Just don't do it. Because once your heart is not in the right place, right, then that's when it's very dangerous, because then you'll get very nervous and you get very shaky, and that will basically increase the risk or increase the chance of you being in an accident. Basically what I'm trying to say here is that if you feel very confident about the lane split, then go ahead, move out, do that movement. But if you're not, if for 1 second you doubt yourself, just don't do it. So why am I telling you this? Because my first ever accident happened because of that hesitation. And ever since that day, when I start to hesitate, I just decide to not go through with it. And because of that, like, rule that I've kept in my head of, if I hesitate, don't do it, I have not gotten into any more accidents that was due to lane splitting. So anyways guys, that is it from me today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's motor vlog. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next motor vlog video. Bye bye.